So how many of you have already purchased or made a purchase of the bundle? I'm just curious. Or have you been thinking about it or wondering, is this something you really need? Just curious to see what your thoughts are. All right. I see Jean's thinking about it. Joan, I wondered if I really needed it. You have a granddaughter, but I don't even have girls. But you know what? This is not about the girls. And Terry, not yet. Okay. One bundle for Kay. Kay's a smart cookie. I have to say, Kay, she's on top of things. She knows what she likes. All right. You bought the shimmer brush and some of the gems. That's good. They're all on sale. Everything Wild Berry is on sale. So the bundles are really a really good deal. And we're going to go through all of that. Wild Berry, you can use it in the fall. I'm going to show you, you can use it for Christmas if you like that kind of look. And definitely spring and summer. Oh yeah, the bundle's a good thing. It really is. So unfortunately, I don't have a brand new bundle to show you. I just have, what I have left. So you're going to see the artwork that I've created. But in the bundle, you're going to get the exclusive pattern paper, which is really cool. There's lots of patterns and you'll see them. Some of my favorite is the gingham. I love the silver coated. You see, there's not much left. The dots. Where is the gingham? Love the gingham. Love, love, love this flower. And then, it's always got a two-tone. And you're going to see me using it on these pages. This is right up your alley with the coated cardstock. Let me see if I have any left to share. So it's UV coated. This one has the squares on it, and I kind of like that. Also a sticker sheet. So you can see, what's nice about the sticker sheet? They're really very useful. There's a lot of tags like this. There's a lot of pennants and banners. And then washi tape look. I already used all the scallops. So you can see I've been using quite a bit of the pieces. There's still plenty there for me to use. And they do have that little, some of it has a shiny coating. These are the same die cuts as Sawyer, but all in like an ombre look for Wild Berry. So they're really nice. And you know what? You can always deepen the color if you want by adding ink, oxide ink, shimmer brush, regular ink. Change it up if you'd like. The gems are on sale. And did you know that you could actually use the marker? Now, I am only using the bright pink shades. And if you use the markers, you could actually make them a little deeper in color. So I love that. The sequins, the flower sequins that are all adhesive, the dots, the re-inker. So it's the exclusive color of the year as well as the shimmer brush. So basically, the glitter and all the accessories, anything Wild Berry is on sale this month. I forgot to mention, this is the stamp set that's in the bundle. And I really like this stamp set. I wanted to show you the black, how I love the plaid. Totally love that plaid and all of these beautiful, what's the game? What's the thing that we used to play? Spirograph? That's what it reminds me of. But you have all these cute little borders as well. So you can see I've used some of them. But what I like about the plaid, it's not this little tiny skinny plaid. It's a nice plaid. Let's see if I can just show you here. Get the right size block. I'll just do this. And I wanted to just show you how great it looks. And here's your Wild Berry ink. I've already used it, so I'm just going to stamp that. Right? And it's so easy to line up. It lines up right at this last square. But loving the plaid on here. So cool. Lots of cool images that I think are very useful that you could use and for card making and stamping. But isn't that a pretty color? Look at that. Wild Berry. So, I'm in. I was thinking outside the box with some card ideas I wanted to do. And how many of you own the Ornament, custom Ornament thin cuts? Come on, these are about 3 years old. So this is my thought when I saw the paper. I was like, oh my gosh, you can make such beautiful ornaments. You can just do the whole solid, but you could use these pieces. And of course we have our topper, and these pieces will take the guts out if you want. So let's show you how it looks with the papers. So here you can see the patterned paper, and using the stamps in Wildberry, and I used the silver stickles to add a little bit of color. Isn't that pretty? And oh, silver foil, gold foil, and more. And the ribbon is also on sale, the cute little Wildberry ribbon, but I love that. So if you like to do more contemporary and brighter Christmas, this would be a great set to have. I'm loving the diagonal stripe, my favorite pattern. I actually used our watercolor paper and embossed it to give it that cool look. Zip strip, silver gems, silver ribbon, silver foil, Wildberry cardstock. If you're into the gold, that gold pattern, this is the only pattern in there. But look what you can do. You can add gold gems. You can do gold, I guess if you have stickles or liquid pearls, anything that you like in the center. And you can see how, I'm just using our stash that we've had, gold thread, gold ribbon, and I used the gold and white foil paper. Now, just so you know, this is from last year. This foil paper in silver and foil paper in gold, which we've used with, I think it was Serenity. You probably have some in your stash. You can still purchase this. This is still available if you don't own it. And I'm going to show you some magic that you can do with this paper. Did you notice that I stamped this stamp here first, and then I used a embossing folder, a dot embossing folder to get that look. I just thought it was classy. Here is that silver foil paper, and I did a silver foil underlay and the gold, what do you call, Wildberry glitter paper on top. So now you can see I have the diagonal. Here is my little ornament holder. I've got the gems. All is bright is from Jingle scrapbook set, but you could put whatever you want. And now you can see that UV coated paper a little bit. Really fun design. Love the simplicity. I love. Now here's another fun one. So I took this stamp set, stamped it in top in Wildberry. I took this stamp set, second generation ink, meaning it's lighter, right? That's first. That's second. It's a little bit lighter. Wildberry and silver foil. Oh, did you see the plaid? Same plaid. Isn't that cool? Look how cool the plaid is. And I'm going to show you what you can do to get that look. You're not going to. So all the foil paper, rose gold, gold, and silver foil patterned paper, not foil, but with the foil patterns, you can use our oxide inks. This one is using the pickled raspberry. Let me show you what seedless looks like. You're going to love this look. So I'm just taking the oxide ink, and it will change the color of the paper, and you can make it as, rich as you want. Right? So that's about as much as I used there. And then what I did is I actually just went over it with a tissue or a paper towel. Would you look at that? Isn't that pretty? So any of our oxide inks works on the foil so that you can change the look. It really looks so pretty in person. So this one is the pickled raspberry, and this one here is the seedless preserves. So to me, that's pretty closs to wild berry. And I love the spirograph. Finally thought of the word. And here you can see how I used the plaid stamp. I'm using some of the stickers, and the black hearts are from the In Full Bloom die cuts. Love those. But look at the color of the inside of the spirograph, and that is using bright pink shades in all three colors. So now I did take the dark end of the gem, of the marker, and I colored these on the sleeve before I put them on here because I wanted them to be a little bit darker. Now, In Full Bloom, right? How many of you purchased this stamp set in thin cut? Now you can see this is the Curly Q stamp that's out of this stamp set. And then you have the flowers and the butterflies, and then I'm using the oxide inks, right? These two oxide inks. And I actually added a little bit of the marker towards the center and the black dots. But I just love the look of the card. And here you can see the black shapes from In Full Bloom. Those are the die cuts. And there's that cute little butterfly with the little bling. He's hanging out on the petal of a leaf there. And I did the same thing here. This one's a little askew, and this one is straight on. So you can take whatever message you want. These are all colored in very quickly with oxide ink, right? So how fast? How fast can you color these in, you ask? I thought you'd never ask. Here we have, I'm going to start out light, or the most pressure, in the middle. Now we're using black intense ink, girls. And then I want a little bit more color, and you're going to see how gorgeous these come out with the preserves. Seedless preserves. And this whole card is done with the oxide ink. I stamped oxide ink, and all I am using is a little bit of a dauber to get my colors right here. And I use some black soot oxide ink. We used to sell that last year. And I splattered it with the black shimmer brush. So pretty, and then you can see the gems. But that's how fast it is. I love that. Now, if you want to spend your time coloring in black intense ink, one marker, bright pink shades, just look at the color, the gorgeous color that you get. That's wild berry on this card. So when you look at them side by side, you really can see the difference, and they both work. And I used, if you could tell the leaf, I used this other color instead of a green, an ice gray shade, because I wanted to stay in the black family, and I really like it. I really like that color combo. Yep, so that is all out of this In Full Bloom stamp set. We have this flower and this flower and this flower that I've used. All right, now here's a sneak peek of another card. This is a product line that's coming in May. This is called Academia Rose, and you could see how it has this lined print of a pattern. Very nostalgic, you know, and this beautiful rose, and it has To a Sweet Friend, and then these two little images down here. But I wanted to do something that was not heritage-like. This is also coming. This is the postage stamp thin cut. Love it. So this works perfectly with the card 2x2, and I think this is a 2x3. By the way, I forgot to mention, I've been using black ore paper. Black ore looks gorgeous. You can see it right here. Black glitter and black ore. And do you know what else? Look at that ribbon. You can use your marker, and I'm going to do the medium because I think that's what I had going on here. But you can use these markers to color in your ribbon so you can get this look. But look how pretty. So I'm using the markers. I used a green marker here and that same bright pink. Everything's stamped in black glitter. This is the Wild Berry UV coated cardstock, and I made a 5x7 card. And I'm loving the black ore. So this is the page that you've seen as part of the Wild Berry Blast header, right? You've seen this around. So I want to explain how easy this is to put together. Zip strip. I used like an eighth to a quarter of black ore paper. Black ore just has that little shimmer. It's not glossy. It's a matte, but it has a shimmer. This is stamped. So if you're wondering where that came from, this is stamped in Wild Berry. And then I have my paper here, right? And it's about, I don't know, I'm going to say 10.5 inches, something like that. I had already used, out of my sticker sheet, there's 2 of these scallops stickers, and I already used it. So I used the scrap and some of the Wild Berry graph paper that has that UV coating under there. That worked for me. But these are 2x2 squares. Very easy to do. 2x2 squares, and you just center them in the middle. Go to find your 6x6 point, and then you work out. But the pennants are also triangles. Then we have all of these triangles. But isn't that pretty? So I really wanted to do that page because I know that a lot of you have been interested in doing this, but they're 2x2 squares cut into triangles. Very simple and easy. Now this could be a separate page on its own, or if you wanted to double up and you wanted another page, this is what I came up with. Guess what? More triangles. I liked this pattern, to pick up some of the deep color. And these, so this is a half a sheet of a 12x12 into a triangle. Now you see that black ore paper is, everything here is matted. This is the pattern paper, Wild Berry pattern paper. All of these are 5.5 inch squares. These are all 5.5 inch. And I just repeated this look of the stamped with the black right here. And my one little triangle that was left over, I just stuck it there. And then you have the banners and the hearts. And I took my stamp set, and this stamp, I stamped the die cut. There's the chipboard die cuts, and I stamped it so that it had a little bit more color in black there. So that's my 2-page spread. But you can do each one separately, or you can put them together. So Close to My Heart gave us that free pattern, that Zoe pattern. Every step from cutting to stamping to, all the punch outs or the stickers and everything that you see here. I will show you how to do it all so that you can do this same page. I love this silver foil paper. I love the floral here. I love the diagonals here. We stamped down here. This is stamped. We stamped all of this, so I have a tip for you on how to do that so that you get a nice straight line going across. I'm also giving you tips on how not to use that full sheet of ombre paper. So it's on White Daisy. And I did add a strip, 1/8 of an inch, of the black ore paper. I mean, isn't that cool that basically everything I'm showing you is something we're adding on to what you already have. So you really want the bundle because you get the best deal. This is just, it looks like it's the back of the paper, but this is where you do your journaling. But you have we popped up all of our banners here. We used Smile. That's why I could not use Smile over here, but I used some black ore paper and just popped it up. Oh, and the black dots. How many of you have a stash of these? So you could see that I've used a lot of the big black dots on these cards and some on the scrapbook pages and just had fun with that. Today was my scrapbook day and I made all the pages, and today was my card day and I made a lot of cards. All of these cards, all of them, I made today. The glitter one, the gold, all of these cards I made today. But I wanted to share this with you because I really think that when you see it with black, you can see that it has lots of possibilities. And you can do this with black and white photos. You can use this for any season, any time of the year. You can do your spring, you could do your summer. You could add this with the greens and golds for winter time, fall. And then winter you could decide, I like wild berry and white and a little bit of gray. Charcoal gray would be great with this too. So you have lots of options of what you want to do with this. And then whether or not you want to make these pages. Okay, they're not hard to do at all. It's all about the angles, right? All of them. And look at what we used. A couple of oxide inks. We used black. And we used wild berry. It's over here. So I really kept it in the family of this palette so that you could see there's tons of possibilities. And I bet you already own a lot of the foil. So now, after seeing all of this, how many of you are going to buy the bundle? The bundle is so worth it. I think it's $38.95. You're going to get the cardstock, the pattern paper, the sticker sheet, and the stamp set. And I think there's and the die cuts.